It's real work. It's real work. You hear me? It's real work. And part of the reason that I do it, because I've been through the storm too. You know? Like many who came before me, some has transitioned and gone, some still here who been through the storm. And I was able to get tools. I was able to gather jewels. I was able to acquire information. I was able to acquire knowledge. I was able to acquire wisdom. I was able to acquire experience in some cases without having to go through an experience, you know, through those that came before me. And even amongst some of those that I came up with, just like you. You hear me? I've been through the storm too. A few of them at that. So, I'm legendary when it comes to new thoughts and new ways to deal with everyday life. You know, our mess. You hear me? For a better word's sake. You hear me? Yeah. It's real work. You know? I could be and throughout my life and up until this point, I could have kept my knowledge to myself. I could have been selfish, you know. And even right now, I could keep my knowledge to myself. I could be selfish. But I know why. I know why I do it. Beyond me being capable to do it. Beyond me being able to do it. You see, for everyone I reach, they say each one teach one. But for that to happen, you gotta be able to reach one. So for everyone I reach, that's a world I affected. And for everyone I reach, that's worlds I affected. So I take honor in using my selfishness and selflessness through my own personal self-work to be able to do it in a way universally to inspire someone on the other side of these words to do theirs. You hear me? Because it's real work, and not everybody gonna do it. Not everybody can do this, and not everybody gonna do it when it comes to self-work. But it's not because they can't. You don't listen, you're gonna miss it. I said, not everybody gonna do it. We're talking about self-work. Not everybody gonna do it. And if you doing it, don't delude yourself thinking that everybody gonna do it, or everybody that you know doing it. Don't delude yourself for that. Because not everybody can do this. But not because everybody can't. So we ain't gotta ask ourselves if we doing it. We ain't gotta ask ourselves what's in their way or not doing it. Because if we doing it, we already know what we had to get out our way for us to get to it. You don't listen, you're gonna miss it. See, I wanna see people free. I really wanna see people free. I wanna see people win, and I wanna see people free. You hear me? Because what we put out come back, right? As within, so without, right? If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. This may be a real importance to somebody who want to get the key. See, I want to see people free. And what I mean by free is mentally free, emotionally free, spiritually free, and energetically clear. Energetically clear. Because we've been so tampered with energetically. We've been so tampered with energetically. And we are being tampered with even now in this moment energetically. You hear me? So what I do is important in all that I do. And for those that see the importance in it, it don't even speak for me. It speaks beyond me, because through your application, you made it your reality, or you building it into your reality. So salute to yourself. Salute yourself for that. And to take your selfishness and your selflessness to apply that type of surgery on yourself, and it's real work. But I want to see people free. You hear me? But do it take time? Yes. Do it take effort? Yes. Do it take energy? Yes. Do it take you? Yes. But look it up. But when I think of those questions, as I was posing these questions to myself, you know, not that I have to pose these questions to myself, but I'm just a reflection of you. You see, for those who are still going through the processes that I have been through. You see, because this is a process that I'm in. I just may be in another dimension, and where I'm at in the process than others. Let's just put it like that. You hear me? And for humility's sake. But yeah, it take time, it take energy, it take effort. You know, it take attention, it take discernment, it take listening to your intuition. You know, and a whole lot of other things. But it's gonna take you. And the only question that we have to ask ourselves is how much do we want it? I won't say how bad we want it, because we shouldn't want nothing from a bad space. So how much do we want it? How much do we want it? You know, when it comes to change and transformation for the better, I'm all about that. You know, I'm about that life, as they say. As a younger generation say, I'm about that life. You hear me? You know, why else would I do this? You know, why else would I do this? But beyond that, I do this because I know that you can only give what you're full of. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. You see, I got a lot to give, but you can only give what you're full of. We all got a lot to give, but what are we full of? Because you can only give what you're full of. So if you're full of life, you got a lot of life to give in the lives that you interact with. And if you're full of shit, that's all you got to give in the lives that you interact with. Yeah, it's real. But when it comes to our thoughts, when it comes to our words, when it comes to our intentions, when it comes to our actions, you know, we always imprinting. We always imprinting. The same way we have been imprinted upon. Now it's time for us to be mindful, or for a better word, say more aware. Now it's time for us to be aware of how we imprinting back on life. You know, the same way we're aware of how we want to reap from life's imprint back upon us. We need to be aware of how we imprinting, how we sowing, you know, into life. You know, because how we imprinting on the fabrics of life through our thoughts, through our words, through our intentions, through our actions. Because then the type of clothes we weaving for ourselves. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. You know, then the type of garments we weaving, you know, into our reality. You know, so I came to speak into our mentality so we could be more aware. You know, the only illusions that's present are the ones that we create for ourselves. So this is the time for no more illusions. You know, raise your vibration, and change your location. The more we raise our vibration, you are changing your location. Now that don't mean you gotta go nowhere or move from your location to do that. You don't listen, you're gonna miss it. But the more you raise your vibration, you change your location. So anything that want to get in the vicinity of your area, they're gonna have to raise their, they're gonna have to, you hear me? They're gonna have to raise their energy to reach it. You heard? I ain't come through to talk much, but to say a few things, keep us motivated, inspired, you know, and continue to charge other activation, you know, that has already taken place. If you've been here long enough, you already know. You hear me? This, and all I do, go way beyond the words. You hear me? What I do and all I do, go way beyond the words. You hear me? Breathe it in. Breathe in. Love the synchronicity. Ancestors be coming through for me. You hear me? Practice breath work today. Breath work. You hear me? Breath work. That's a number 7. That's a number 7. I am, I do. I am, I feel, I do. I love, I speak. I see, I know. You got 7. You hear me? Breathe in. We breathe in, we breathe out. This is such a simple yet momentous thing. We breathe in, we breathe out. This is such a simple yet momentous thing. It's even bigger than that, man. Cause if you ain't got no breath, you ain't got no life. It's way bigger than a simple and momentous thing to me. Cause if you ain't got no breath, anybody hear me out there, you ain't got no life. I can't even be sitting here talking to you without breath. You hear me? We need to honor that. Our breath brings life to our bodies and has the power to bring peace to our souls. If you have pulled this card, then it might be time to focus on your breath today. And I've been reminding us to be grateful about life for some reason, because it's been riding me. It ain't gonna say for some reason. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know, life been riding me to pay attention to it. You hear me? To be more serious about it than I am about myself. Cause without it, is anybody listening? I couldn't be here without the life within me animating this body so I can be here. Is anybody listening? This exercise will focus mainly on becoming aware of your breath. As you go through your day, take time to stop and notice your breath. How are you breathing? How are you breathing? Are you breathing fast? Like you've been running? Take time to stop and notice your breath. How are you breathing? How does it make you feel? Each time you stop to focus on your breath, make an effort to deepen that breath. Do you feel more peace when you do so? Continue this practice throughout the day, noticing your breath and then deepening your breath. Noticing your breath and then deepening your breath, part itself. Responsive journaling. After practicing this exercise for a whole day, ask yourself how this practice has impacted you and how you feel. Are you aware of any new sensations in your body? Our inner child has always been sensitive to these things, way more sensitive than we probably have been. Our inner child has always been aware of these things, way more aware than we probably have been. You hear me? It's time for us to take a hold of ourselves and get a hold of ourselves like our inner child been holding on to us. That's gonna speak to who it's supposed to. You hear me? Breathe in. You heard? That's gonna conclude the day's message. The emoji for this video will be the hands, y'all. The hands. The hands. And the purpose of me saying these hands is, if you haven't blessed nobody this day, make a conscious intention to bless somebody tomorrow. You hear me? So we gonna speak life. We're gonna speak life into our life. You hear me? And fulfill it on our grand rising tomorrow. Bless somebody's life. If you ain't blessed nobody's life today, whether it's a gesture or a good word, or whatever the case may be, bless somebody's life. And we're gonna conclude like that. If you watch the video, place the emoji, which is the hands. Simple as that. Feel good for no reason at all. Simple as that. You know. I am Sawu. Color me beautiful. Simple as that. You heard? Thanks for the likes, shares, comments, questions. New subscribers, welcome to the family. I appreciate y'all. In-house family, Common Conscious Soul Tribe. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what it is. So forth and so on. My name is Sawu. Peace.